Good morning. Today I'm working on Margarete Miller's week 13. This week the prompts are an illustration from a children's book, and I have pulled out these ducks and some other ducks. I went to a estate sale a few weeks ago, and it was absolutely fabulous for books. And so I found this book called Sounds of Mystery, and it looks like it's a reading textbook from back in the days. And I pulled the pictures out of there. And the second prompt is something that someone has given you, and that is this sticker. My sister-in-law for Christmas gave me these planner stickers that were on my Amazon wish list, and this is something I pulled from there. A piece of handwritten correspondence. I cut this off of a thank you card from one of my favorite friends, Deborah. A pattern with repeating shapes. That's this. It's going to be my background. But you can see the repeating shapes on it. A statue. So this is a statue of a duck, since I'm making it duck theme this week. And this is a famous statue, bronze statue. It's this duck and I think 3 little ducklings. I'd have to look up what the name of it is. But it's well known in one of the cities. And then the bonus was a decorative border from a card or invitation. I don't know. I looked through old cards from friends and I didn't really find any with borders, but in the magazine, one of the magazines I was going through, they had this card. So like in here is like, subscribe to Sunset or something with a bunch of stuff, and I noticed that it had a decorative border, so I'm using that. Hopefully that counts as my decorative border. When I looked through my different cards, I don't have friends who send decorative border cards. Most of them were just like cards. So anyway, I had to improvise this week. All right, let's get going here. Put this together. I already pre-cut this to the size of my planner page. I just find it easier to not have to cut some things on screen. And really I was just trying to get a neutral sort of background for the ducks. What I appreciated about the ducks were they were, in this illustration out of the children's textbook, was that they were they were watercolored. I love watercoloring, although I cannot watercolor. I am not super... I can, somewhat put collages together, but when it comes to actual, like, art, I'm not good with painting. I'm not great at drawing. I always wanted to be, but it's just not in my... Okay, we don't want to let go today, I see. I mean, it's probably just because I used to love art class when I was a kid, but it's not something I kept up with because I wasn't very good compared to other people. So, but I love paper crafting, so I do what I do. I don't claim to be any kind of artist or anything. So. Just makes me happy to play with paper. Does that look straight? I know. Why am I even asking that question? I think with collage, sometimes it doesn't matter if it's straight, per se. I hadn't decided whether I was going to, because this is a sticker. Really, it was just, I just felt like this was kind of the, it fit in with the colors of the brown sort of on the ducks. And then I'm going to put this around the border. Huh. It's funny, when I did this before, this did not stick off, so I have it in the wrong place. That's, oh boy. It's one of those things where you try your best to set it up ahead of time so that you have it ready to go here, and then it doesn't quite go the way you're planning it. Just like I didn't know I was going to have to cut off some of that. So you can see the back, maybe here, you know, the postage thing. I just thought it fit in as a decorative frame, even though it wasn't from a card or an invitation. An invitation from the magazine to subscribe to them, maybe. Does that count? Anyway. I love when you test out the glue ahead of time and you're like, yes, it works. And then you try to use the glue and it doesn't quite work like you were expecting it to come out. I just realized the way I had this set up in my practice, I'm going to have to cut through that duck. That's okay. It is what it is. Why are you not lining up? You're the same thing. Doesn't really matter. This guy's going right here, underneath it anyway. Just kind of wanted him off to the side there. It's really interesting that that does not line up. It's like cutting off a little bit. Made it not work. And now the glue is not working. Oh boy. We'll hope for the best here that he'll stick with the glue stick. yeah, I'm not sure why the theme is ducks this week, but I was just really feeling the duck in illustration when I saw it. And then it wouldn't be a page of mine without some circles on it. Sorry, I'm not very talkative today, I just realized. I think because I had done this, I did this in numerous I always try to do a like this is how it's going to go, but I didn't really, this one doesn't seem to be going the way I wanted to, so that's not great. So we'll line this one up, the one that shows. That one's hidden under a duck, so it doesn't matter. And I did this week at least pick out my quote ahead of time. With brave wings she flies. I hadn't decided on where I was going to put it. Oh, good. That's funny because usually these come up with no problem. Let me see. I mean, that seems like an okay place to put it, actually. I just want to put it on somewhat straight. So yeah, this week, duck theme. This was one of those where I've mentioned before, I pick one item and I kind of theme it around that, and this time it was the children's illustration, the duck. And so I looked at a couple of different statues, like some stickers I had and some other things, and nothing really seemed to fit in with the ducks. So I just went with a bronze duck statue. All right, let's go over this illustration from a children's book. That's this, and these are cut out from, there's a boy in the story, and I just cut these out from his clothing. Something that someone has given you. That's these stickers down here from my sister-in-law. A piece of handwritten correspondence. That's this from my friend Deborah. A pattern with repeating shapes. That's the paper back here. A statue. There he is. And then a decorative border from a card or invitation. And that is this. I'll have to see if I can cut off this little bit right here. Or maybe I just leave it. So yeah, that's week 13. I like it. It's not that interesting, I understand. But for some reason, I was all about the ducks. So, as usual, thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you. And I hope you have a very crafty day. Take care.